Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 4 of Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane Season 2. Now, the cover pretty much has Mary Jane, Liz Allen and Gwen Stacy looking on, even though Gwen Stacy plays no key part in the series. So the story starts off how a news guy says, "As you can see, the life of a superhero is not always as glamorous as it looks. Behind me is what's left of a 2-ton automobile after a collision with the infamous Crimson Crusader Spider-Man." And so we see the damage from the fall as well as the car. And we see Mary Jane in her room thinking, "Oh, the poor guy, he's hurt. And all they can talk about is that stupid car." So MJ gets a call from Peter. They start talking and that and everything. And pretty much this kind of hints or implies that MJ's starting to figure out that Peter's Spider-Man. And his only response is, yeah, well, listen, I should let you go. I was just checking on you to make sure you got home safe from work. Thank you, you're a good friend. See you at school tomorrow. Good night." And so we see MJ looking around and checks her watch as she knows who's going to show up. And it's surprisingly Harry Osborn saying, "Huh, good tires, but certainly not great tires. You jerk! Are you crazy? You could have gotten us both killed. What were you trying to prove? Hey, if you don't like the way I drive, don't ride with me anymore." And so they leave off. And so MJ's like, "Harry, MJ, what are you doing here?" And says, after getting to a huff with one of the passengers, saying, "Sorry, slight problem with the passengers." So MJ points out that Harry parked in a handicap zone, and after this, MJ asks, "Why have you been giving me the cold shoulder, and why have you been giving me so much crap?" So Harry says, "You didn't do anything, MJ," and it's kind of like his way of saying it's none of your business. And so we see that MJ's thinking about, what's been getting up on Harry's ass, and we see Gwen saying, "No peeking." And so after a while, in the school hall room, Liz asks MJ if she could, vote for her for class president, but MJ points out all the flaws of it due to her cheerleading lifestyle. And so everyone starts still calling her Limo Girl, and even MJ says, "No, day off. We need to talk. I really need your advice about something." And so, yeah, pretty much MJ's got the day off work. And so we see Flash Thompson talking with Peter, and it turns out that, he's saying no hard feelings. I didn't mean to get into this fight. But it turns out that, yeah, Flash has hurt his leg during the football tryout. And Peter points out that, you need to get this looked at, and Liz could be worried about it. And Flash is like, "No way! If Liz found out, she'd kill me. But if you hurt her, you really need to. Forget it, Parker. What do you know about it anyway?" And so he leaves off, and you can tell Peter knows that Flash needs to see an actual doctor, and it could get worse. So meanwhile, Liz is pretty much like looking at a magazine behind a book. She has a look and sees some students on the website. And after, in a class, Liz gives one of MJ's teachers a pink slip, and it's about her uncle, but turns out it's a forgery. They go in, and to MJ's shock, Liz shows her the school website, which is basically someone or somebody out to get her. And it's kind of like someone's cowardly way of saying, "This is what I think of you, this is what I believe you're like." And so, meanwhile, in gym, the gym teacher's making everyone exercise and saying not to use the M word, which is mirror. So after Gwen and that talk, the gym teacher pretty much forces Gwen to make a joke, and it pulls off well and may cause Gwen a little bit of an embarrassment. So after a while, MJ starts to think two and two together and starts to believe that Harry may have actually been the one to have done this to her. And when she looks at the car, she's thinking, it hasn't even crossed my mind. Could be a guy, until I saw his car, which kind of shows her jumping to conclusions. So the fourth issue isn't too bad. It kind of shows that someone is out to get MJ and is shown to be jealous of her. And I think they do a good job in actually giving us clues and hints to who it could be. So the story deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.